Like and subscribe to my content helps me grow my channel, create more content. Hello and welcome guys to a new episode of our episodes. Today we're going to discuss the 1300 GS 2023 and the new design, the looks of the bike. It has been creating a lot of controversy. The bike looks very different from the previous GS models. Not sure why they changed the design so much. Maybe to include a LiDAR, a radar. It looks like a Suzuki V-Strom now, which is probably, Suzuki V-Strom is much cheaper than the BMW premium bikes, of course. This would be retailing at least at $26,000, if I'm not wrong. It looks like this animal, all very long beak. It's quite ugly. But that's the good news because it will make the previous model will depreciate and drop in price since a new one has been released. Not sure what's the design thinking process at BMW. Have they consulted anybody really? Why did they do that? Is it for weight reduction? Is it to include more like a dirt bike design? I'm not really sure, but they must have a rationale. It's a data-driven company. BMW is a very advanced data-driven company and should follow really advanced scientific methodologies, not just random design pattern process. Also, I think this happened when they came up with the asymmetric headlights for the S1000 R in 2000, I believe in 10, and people were also polarized. People liked it, some others disliked it. It's really strange. And then they came back again with another one in 2018, which is symmetric headlights. So they keep changing the designs. I'm not sure why. People said that they came up with a symmetric design at the time for the 2018. For the 2010 was for regulatory reasons because the lights were not sufficiently placed to eliminate the roads to pass regulations. However, the GS didn't have this problem. I'm not sure why they changed it. Now, this one, I'm not sure how would they include adaptive headlight technology. It's a technology where it eliminates the side of the road where you're turning. So if you're turning left, it eliminates the left. If you're turning right, it eliminates the right. I'm not sure how it works with these LEDs, but they look very ugly and they look like, I think, a Walmart logo. It's quite bizarre, really. I can't judge it so much, really, until I see it in person, which would be in the next few weeks. First, it would get released here in Switzerland, and then I think in England, in NEC. They would have the expo there. They have all the bikes. We have to inquire about this bike, check it in person, maybe test ride it, and see. Also check if the Yamaha R1 is going to be discontinued, because I believe it's going to be discontinued. Capacity to 1,300 cc's, probably to overcome the emissions and the more strict emission regulations and maintain the same horsepower or have more horsepower. It's 150 Newton meters of torque and 146 brake horsepower because people went to the Multistrada V4, which was far more powerful and still is far more powerful. Also for the KTM, they went for the KTM LC8 Adventure and Adventure R, which has essentially the same engine as a Super Duke, which is also much faster. A V2 grunty engine, very fast. Out of that, because most older riders already saturated or ever could buy a bike, bought one, and that's it really. So I think it remains to be seen. I'm going to the expo, NEC Expo in Birmingham. I'm going to see how it looks like in person, and it's going to be released first in Switzerland. Yeah, it's a bit strange. It's really polarizing. So we've got these LEDs. It's like a star, or like it looks very strange. And that beak, it's like that animal. Or like a duck. Not sure why they did that. Who's the senior design engineer at BMW? And did they consult the previous riders and made a survey to see if it would look good or not? Not sure. But probably they wanted to be more like a dirt bike, because the most complained thing about, people were complaining about the weight, and they were complaining like it went far from a dirt bike to more a road bike, and people want to bring it more to be a crossover, a dirt bike, road bike at the same time. So it's really strange. Not sure about how it feels like. Have to test ride it and see. And also the price, I'm not sure, but most likely it would be more expensive than the previous one.